Hey guys, and welcome to my 27-week bump date. I made it. Hey guys, and welcome back to Machanathon and my 27-week bump date. I can't believe it. I'm 27 weeks. I got to 27 weeks through all of the craziness that was the previous week. And I'm so excited to share with you guys that things are going pretty well. I have some answers, so let's get started. This week I am 27 weeks pregnant and I just can't believe how far along I have come. It seems like yesterday that I was 12 weeks pregnant, and because the 26th week and actually pretty much every week has been so difficult, I feel like getting to 27 weeks means that I will get to 28 weeks, which means that I will get to the third trimester, and I am so happy and relieved about that. It is amazing. I feel like time is starting to speed up, and soon I will have a little one in my arms and my pregnancy journey will be a figment of my memory, and I'm hoping that it'll only be the good parts that stand out. At 27 weeks, my baby is about 14.5 inches long and weighs about 2.5 pounds. Now, when I read the stat, I had to laugh. We were at a party the other night. We stopped by to deliver some dessert to our friend's 30th. And a couple of people who watch my bump dates were laughing, and there was some drinking involved, but they let me know that they highly doubt that these stats are going to be correct for our baby, simply because I'm a super tall woman. I am almost 6'1", and my husband is fairly tall. He is 6'2", but he's built like a tank. So they are hedging their bets that our baby is going to be larger than average. But an interesting fact is that I was actually born pretty short. I was only 20 inches long and I was fairly thin, and Nick, I believe, was 21 or 22 inches long and he was also very thin. So we both were pretty average, if not shorter, babies. So I'm hoping that we will have a baby that starts out being average. Of course, I want to have a tall baby like us, but I don't want to deliver a 9-pounder, so I'm hoping these stats are closer to correct than they are wrong. This week, my baby's brain is fully developed and he is actually starting to create memories and conscious thought, which I think is incredible. And interestingly enough, he looks like what he will look like when he is born, minus a couple of pounds of fat. So I think that is absolutely amazing. If we were to get a 3D ultrasound at this point, we would be able to see what our little one actually looks like. But I don't think we're going to be doing that. We already know the gender of our baby and we want to be surprised a little bit when he comes into the world. So I think we're gonna probably not do the 3D ultrasound and just be happy with whatever he looks like. I think he's going to be so cute. At 27 weeks, it's pretty common for little ones to have a regular sleep and wake schedule. And I have definitely found this to be true. Our little one definitely has a schedule. He is up at certain times and he is asleep at certain times. And he pretty much sticks to this every single day. In fact, I downloaded an application on my phone called, I think it's called Kick Me, and you're supposed to record how many kicks occur in a certain time period, and I was pretty interested to see how many times he actually would kick, and I couldn't even keep up with the amount of kicking that he was doing. It was crazy. He's very active, very tumbly, very kicky. So I am definitely wondering whether he's going to be carrying on these traits after he's born. We'll see if we end up with a hyperactive child. I will let you know. So in terms of pregnancy symptoms, I'm still dealing with major pelvic pain, and now I have an official diagnosis, and it is called pubis symphysis dysfunction. Yes, pubis symphysis dysfunction, PSD, not to be confused with PTSD. But this definitely could give you PTSD because it is horrific, super painful, and basically what it means is the bones in my pelvis are slowly moving apart like they're supposed to. So there is a hormone called relaxin that occurs when you are pregnant, and it causes the bones in your pelvis or your pubis symphysis to separate, and that is totally normal. It prepares you for birth. However, in some cases, it will separate too much, and that is where you run into pubis symphysis dysfunction. So you're getting it pulling, and it basically feels like a hot knife. Super painful. And actually your OB can measure you, and when you get to, I believe, 10 millimeters, you actually have to have a C-section rather than a vaginal delivery because you can hurt yourself. So I have been calling my OB to schedule an appointment to see how separated I am at this point. I am currently using a hip brace that's meant for people that have like fractured pelvises. And I'm also using a special maternity band, which basically lifts your belly so that it's not putting so much pressure on your pubis symphysis. And while those do take some strain off, they're definitely not a solution. And pretty much nothing is a solution. I looked it up, and actually my OB confirmed this, that other than Tylenol, you kind of have to suffer it out. And actually some women who are very unfortunate who develop PSD can end up in a wheelchair or on crutches for the last part of their pregnancy, just as their belly grows. So I'm hoping this won't be me. So I have tried walking. Now I'm doing it with my husband just because it's super slippery outside right now in Ottawa and I don't want to risk anything. So I'm trying to get as little exercise as I can, which is so sad. But pretty much any position is giving me pain. So I'm taking Tylenol to try to relieve that, and just nothing is working. So I will be sure to update you guys as I progress and let you guys know how I've been dealing with PSD and how you can deal with PSD. It's a pretty crazy thing to have to go through, and I do know there are other YouTubers that have gone through the same thing, so I've kind of been following them to see how they've gotten through it, but I'll let you know. The 27th week of pregnancy has also brought with it my first purchase of maternity clothing, which is kind of fun. I researched the crap out of maternity clothes online, only to find that I found that a lot of maternity clothes are like super matronly. Ugh. Like, as if you didn't feel like a balloon already, they make you feel like you're a balloon and a Costco lady. It's so unfortunate. So I've been holding off on the maternity clothes just because I can't persuade myself to spend that much money on something I don't even like wearing. But at 27 weeks, my bump has kind of become unmanageable. It's just not going into normal jeans anymore. So I had to bite the bullet, and I researched maternity leggings from Long Tall Sally. I believe they retail at about $60, and I ended up getting a size medium, if that means anything to you guys. And they're amazing. They're super comfortable, and they will definitely fit me for the next 3 months. There's a lot of wiggle room, so I highly recommend those. I also went to Time Maternity, and I got this little jean top. It's kind of cute. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of trendy. It'll be fun for spring, and actually it's big enough that after I deliver, I can kind of wear it casually in the spring and wear it when I have a baby and I'm breastfeeding. And I also purchased a sweater that doubles as a breastfeeding sweater. So it's like a long sweater that I can wear with leggings, and it's got snaps here that easily open up. And I will probably wear that in my next video. After wearing real maternity clothes for a couple of days now, I feel 100% more comfortable. I just feel like I can sit comfortably, things are loose and roomy, and while I don't look super good these days, I'm not really seeing anybody these days, so I just rather be comfortable, and I bit the bullet and I ended up spending the money on it. So I have a feeling that I'll be going back to Time Maternity and getting a couple of more tops to tide me over this period of growth, if it ever ends. And I will be sure to show you guys my purchases. The other thing that I ended up purchasing was a third, Nope, I lied, a 4th maternity bra. This is my 4th bra. I can't believe it. This is also from Time Maternity, and this is like the saddest thing ever. I am not a big or busty woman at all, but I find or have found in pregnancy, I have gone from like what I consider not small but not big either, like a medium-sized cup size, to who am I? Like, what the heck is happening? So I have had to double my size, almost triple it at this point. So I did have to bite the bullet and get a maternity bra, and it's full coverage and it's nude and it is so not sexy at all. I did see some ones that were like a little bit lacier, but they were incredibly itchy. And I'm trying to stay away from underwire just because my bump goes up so high now, and my rib cage is flaring out. So yeah, it's super ugly, but it is the most comfortable bra ever, and I've been sporting it every single day, much to my husband's dismay, and I feel like somebody could probably use it as a hat. It is not attractive. But if you're looking for a good maternity bra, definitely check out Time Maternity's collection without underwire. They have a pretty good selection, and I highly recommend them. The last update I have for my 27-week bump date was our Valentine's Day celebration. So Nick and I know that we're probably going to not be going on so many dates in the next 6 months. So it was really important for us to celebrate the 14th of this month very, very carefully. So unfortunately, Nick worked on February 14th. So what we did that night was we had a special dinner at home. It was delicious. But we decided to celebrate Valentine's Day on the 15th. And what we did was we went to Winterlude here in Ottawa. I can't really walk around too much at this point, so we tried to keep it pretty low-key. We went to the Museum of History and saw their Viking exhibit, which was really interesting. We were there for a couple of hours. They have awesome benches that you can hang out on when you get tired, which was very useful. And then we went and visited the ice sculptures downtown. Now we were only there for 15 minutes because it was like minus 45 Celsius outside, but we had to get our beaver tails. It's an annual tradition for us. So I got a beaver tail and Nick got 2 beaver tails because he's pregnant after all. So he's been eating a lot. And then after that we came home and we then went out for dinner to Kelsey's, and then we went to see Zoolander 2, which was super fun. So after all of those activities, I got home and I was so tired. Oh my God. Like what would have been a very, very low-key date 9 months ago was like so difficult. So I got home and I fell asleep right away, and it wasn't romantic at all, but I was happy to spend some time with my husband as a twosome because I know that next Valentine's Day it's very likely that we will have a third wheel. Well, that's about it for my 27-week bump date. Be sure to check out my 28-week bump date and bumpy that I'll be uploading in the next couple of days. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Machanathon, and check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I will see you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye.